Hello everyone and welcome to the BoldChess show. I'm your host Roland, and in this video I'll be taking on the Stockfish chess engine at level 6 on leadchess.org, playing with the white pieces and using the London system opening. This is the last installment in our series on how to defeat Stockfish levels 1 to 6 as white. To ensure a consistent and educational experience, I'll be using the London system in this video like the previous ones. If you haven't watched the previous videos, please be sure to check our entire playlist and visit our website at boldchess.com, where you'll find a step-by-step proven academy for chess improvement. Our program covers everything you need to excel in chess, including openings, endgames, tactics, puzzles, study plans, and much more. Now let's dive into the challenge. Again, like the previous matches, I will be playing the London system and see if I can actually attain a good position like in the previous two games. I will go with the bishop like in the previous games, same opening. I will protect my pawn with moving the other pawn forward, e3, he captures, I will capture back with, like the previous game, I will capture with the queen. So now let's see what we can do. I did not expect this move. I was expecting him to develop the knight. So we can capture this knight and prevent him from cancel queenside because he has to capture back with the rook. And by doing so, I believe he will leave this pawn hanging. I'm not very sure what was the point of g6, but I'm going to go with this little tactic here. He has to capture back, and then that will allow me to capture his pawn. So that will be a good start. Now he is threatening my pawn here. I need to protect it by developing my own knight. But now that I'm thinking about it, he cannot capture this pawn because he needs to protect his rook. So his queen is pinned to this rook, pin defending the rook. That's why he cannot capture the knight. But I still need to develop my pieces regardless. I will need now to develop my other knight forward. And potentially I need to achieve cancel kingside as soon as possible. My bishop, let's see how to activate it properly. I will move it one square to e2. He's pinning now the knight to my king, and he is attacking it with two pieces. So maybe the best move was moving my knight to b5 instead of keeping it, since the queen cannot capture this pawn anyway. This was a mistake from my side. Very well, I'll have to deal with it. I will just castle anyway. He captures my knight, I will capture back. That's the only way you can see it. That was a mistake from my side. I should have done better than this. Maybe I played too fast. I should have given it more thought. But this usually happens in chess. You just have to deal with your mistake and try to play more accurately the remaining moves. So let's see what we can do here. He is threatening my pawn, and my queen is not doing much here anymore. I think this spin is not getting me anywhere. We need to protect this pawn somehow. I'm thinking of pushing it forward, or I can protect it with my queen and prevent him from castle kingside at the same time. Yeah, this should be a good move. Um, Not very sure here what to play. I cannot capture the knight because the queen is protecting it and it's not pinned anymore to the rook. So anytime we move a piece, we need to realize that what we are leaving behind. We are leaving behind this pin now, so the queen is active again. So let's see what we can do here in this position. Let's see what we can do. What can we do in this position? He is attacking our bishop. Moving our bishop is one option. We can protect the bishop with our rook as well. This can maybe a good move. I'm thinking about potential squares here. I need to reallocate my knight here. He's not doing much anymore. If 1, 2, 1, 2. Going to move my knight to d2. I need to prevent something, to play a move, I mean to prevent b4. This might be an irritating move. Going to go with the queen. I feel like we have lost our advantage here from the opening. And we lost our material advantage as well that we have managed to accumulate. We can still have a good attacking chances. Let's see if we can going to continue with my plan here by moving the knight. I'm trying to reallocate this knight to a better square. Have to capture back. That's the only move. Very well. Let's see what we can do here. if possible, I would like to open this file since his king cannot castle. One way to do so is to attack this pawn and open this file. Let's see if that would work. So of course he didn't capture back, but then what would be preventing me right now from, I can attack this pawn, or I can attack even this pawn and check his king, because his rook was defending this pawn. I don't see the point where he removed the defender. I can just capture back here. I think this was a mistake from level 6. Because I can capture the pawn with a check. I will get a tempo. Now he cannot cancel kingside anymore. So adding pressure here and maintaining this this diagonal was a good strategic move. And now because of that, I have a clear passed pawn with a rook protecting the path even. So I'll proceed forward with this pawn. The more I push it, the more pressure I will be adding. There is no threat here because my rook is protecting the pawn already. So I am not worried about this. I can just keep going forward with my pawn like the previous game. The more we push the passed pawns, the more pressure we add. I will keep going forward. I'm not seeing any immediate threats. Very well. We need now to find a way to move a good square for our rook. We have 3 squares here. Not very sure which one is the best, but this one looks attractive to me because it comes with an attack. So he has to go back and protect the pawn. Very well. Would pushing the pawn be a good idea here, or should I do something else? I'm also thinking of capturing just this pawn, as simple as that. This can also be an option. I will capture the pawn, just as simple as that. There is no harm in doing so. My king is still safe. He did not capture back. Okay. There is pressure, though, on my king. What would be a good move here? What would be a good move? What are our potential options? I think my queen is not doing much here. I have to find a better square for my queen. And I also would like to push this pawn forward, but I'm not able to see a way for me to do that. He has 2 rocks at the back rank, protecting my pawn from promoting. And I don't have enough attackers on this square in order to win material at the end of this promotion line. So I'll need to find ways to deal with this. My queen here is not doing much. I have to find a better square for it. When you don't know what to do, you need to think of how you can improve the position of your pieces. So one way to think about it is finding better squares for your pieces. My knight to here is not going to do much, I believe. I'm trying to calculate this line. I think this is not a good idea because he can just capture. it doesn't get me anywhere, although my knight would like to move forward, but there is no capacity right now as long as he has the queen and the rook lining up. My queen to this square to d3 might be an option where I can prepare for some attack on the king side, perhaps. Trying to find better squares for my queen. Maybe a4. Then I can push the pawn. That can also be an option. Going to go with d3. I spent too much time here on this position, and I'm not able to find the most accurate move anyway. So I'll just try like a certain move. Here he moved the bishop, which was defending the pawn, to attack my queen. Now I'm aware that this pawn will be hanging, but this pawn is very centralized, and I would really like to grab it regardless. Even though I might lose this pawn, but I think this is still a good position for white. Let's see what to do here. Would g3 be acceptable? Or do I have anything better? If he captures, I can capture back with the rook. And since he didn't grab my bishop, maybe he didn't grab, my pawn, maybe I can just protect this pawn by moving my knight. This can be a good move. Very well. What can we do here? Let's attack his queen with our knight. And we will also be preparing one more push for the pawn. I'm thinking whether exchanging queens is a good idea. I think it's okay because my pawn is very close to promotion, and that will remove one defender of the bank rank. I'm just going to exchange queens here in this position, as simple as that. He has to capture back, of course. And then, is it possible for me just to push forward? Is there anything that would prevent me from doing that? It's a valid move. Maybe there are better moves in this position, but I'm not able to see them. Very well. I will just capture back, but is it with the king or with the rook? I'm thinking, I think this file is more important than attacking the bishop. I'm just going to capture with the king. Maybe I should have queened in the previous move, but it's still okay since this pawn is protected by the rook and the knight. My knight is hanging though. I will need to move it. My knight is hanging. Let's move it to... Either I can move it or I can protect it even. Let's protect it. So when he captures my my pawn, I will need to the idea is that I really would like to move my knight to c7. This rook has been protecting this file for quite some time, and trying to find ways to go about it. Maybe I can lure him with another pawn, but that doesn't work. I need to get rid of this rook somehow. Let's try with our rook by attacking it. That was the main point, by pushing the pawn forward. He's still maintaining the file very well. I will try to attack his bishop with my pawn. Let's see if that would give us any advantage. Where could we put our rook? Let's just push it one square ahead. Okay. Our knight here is not doing anything anymore. I need to relocate it somewhere else. I feel like adding pressure to the bishop might be a good idea. I need to find a way to add pressure with my passed pawn. If I can slide this rook somehow, it will do the trick. Let's try this out, see if it will work. This is a very tough match. Oh, very well. He captured the pawn at last and capture his rook. Now I have a clear material advantage. This will make the match much easier. Although I think I did play inaccurately in multiple positions. He's threatening rook to e4 here. Let's see what to do. I would like to double the rocks on the 7th rank, but I don't have an opportunity right away to do it. Let me protect this pawn first with my king. And next I will need to find a way to get rid of this bishop somehow. Let's see if we can attack it a bit, and then I will find my chance to double the rocks. I lost my pawn here, but I do need to double the rocks on this file. It's really important in the end games to double the rocks on the 7th rank. It's very, very powerful, and there is very little he can do about it, because although we lost our pawn here, but this idea is very powerful. We can obliterate the 7th rank and all the pawns that exist on this rank very easily. I'm not very sure what was the point of this move. If I capture back, what would be the problem? I'm not seeing any tactic here apart from losing this pawn. But a bishop is worth much more than the pawn, and maintaining a material advantage is very important. My knight is hanging now. I've got to move it. Very well. What can we do in this position? I will try to add more pressure on this pawn. by moving my rook. As simple as that. Simple ideas. If we have a material advantage, simple ideas sometimes are very effective. So he's attacking our knight. What can we do here? Should we move the knight or should we start checking the king? Maybe I can start checking the king in this position. Let's start with this. And now our rook is hanging. Where should we move our rook? We cannot capture the pawn, of course. We need to find a logical square, but my knight is hanging. So I need to find a way to protect both of them. One way to do it is I need to check the king. Oh, very well. I do have a way. If I check the king this way, I will have a fork if he captures me back. Let's try this out. If he captures my rook, I can fork his king to his rook. Very well. So I will just capture the rook here. Now I just need to convert this position. I'll move the king forward. I will capture this pawn, then I will move ahead to checkmate his king. That was an interesting match. I was able to convert the advantage, although I could have played in a better way. It was a tough match too, and it definitely required lots of precise movements. I missed, I believe, lots of lines. We will check it with the engine now to see what we have missed. I'm just moving my king here to deliver the checkmate with the king and rook. Very well, let's analyze the game and see what we have missed. So in this game, Stockfish here even was recommending capturing it with the pawn. I usually do it with the queen. And it seems with the queen is not good. We are instantly losing points here, which is not optimal. So this was an inaccurate move from move 4. It's good for the audience to notice these patterns and see what would be the optimal play here. So our plan was valid here up to this point. We should have attacked his queen right away, something I didn't see. I did not see the point in doing this. Let's see, what was the point here? So after the queen to e5 to c6, of course, capturing the pawn is not the way to go here, because of although it looks like we're losing 2 pawns, but the pressure that we are adding on the queen side is it will be too much, and our king is somehow safe here. So as you see here, because the queen left his protective position of the rook, he would be leaving his rook hanging at this position. He cannot just go around and capture these pawns. But the point being here, I think, from what Stockfish is trying to show us, is we have this line, and it's a very interesting line. Okay. So according to Stockfish, this might be a more of optimal line, but this is very difficult for for someone to see from far ahead. So we captured the pawn and we developed the pieces. Now he pinned our knight to the king. We had to castle. And here so far we are holding. The best move was actually, this was an okay move. So far we are doing well here. What was the best move here? We were supposed to, both moves are acceptable, it seems, according to Stockfish. We checked here. We were doing well up to this point. I'm moving my pawn forward. He checked my rook. I should have moved it the other way. So we are in a good advantage. The best, here we spend a lots of time. It seems the best move was queen to b4 or queen to a4. And what was the point here? The point is that we need to accelerate the queen exchange in optimal play. So far we have been holding well here in this position, maintaining an advantage. Stockfish was not into exchanging queens. He's more into keeping the queens on board, or at least forcing him to take our queen by improving our pawn structure. This was definitely a better move. And now I'm just trying to maintain here the position. I'm trying to see how to convert this position. This has been a tedious part of the end game. Here we were just converting the position very well. There was nothing that is difficult about this position. Probably here, I think we should have, yeah, it's perfectly fine here. We managed to find the right tactic to go about it, and this was just a matter of time before we checkmate the king. Very well. So the key moment in this game, that the ones that we can learn, is first of all, capturing with the queen is not the optimal move in the opening phase. And the other time that we had an advantage and we didn't actually trying to see where would be the other key moments of the game. One moment, I'm trying to find those key moments in the game. Yes, here the correct move was the knight, apparently. And he cannot capture this pawn because he will leave his rook hanging. So this was the fastest. This was a very clean tactic that I have missed in the game. It's a very good one, since we are pinning the rook to his queen.